Welcome back, everyone, into another edition of the Full Court Press. I'm Tanner Barth. Holding down the show beside me is Mr. Nathan Falk. And Nate, huge part of tonight, you look at these games in the conference where, this part of the season, you start to decide who's going to win conferences.
It's February, so every game is huge. There is no time to slack off. It's time to get into it, and the winner's going to rise to the top.
You said it. Let's get into it. Let's get right into the basketball action, shall we? Let's get started this evening with our Brinson and Sons matchup of the week down at Coastal Christian High School. Centurions hosting crosstown rival Wilmington Christian. And anytime these two get together, there's always a huge crowd, even though it's non-conference play. Wilmington Christian, well, their offense was rocking and rolling from the get-go. Check this out. Sydney Davenport, the nice pass down low to Caroline Lake.
Good interior pass right there. Good find.
Gets the hoop and the harm. The Centurions, though, will go on to run themselves in the second, coast to coast. Bella Lacey, a nice lay-in.
Back at you, Tanner.
No pun intended there on the coast to coast, but in the first half, the Patriots would make the most of their second chances. Kira Rickard, check this out, working the glass all night.
Give me that.
Offensive board. She would get it to go, and it was a special night for this young lady right here. Doesn't matter. She's got a hand in her face. If she's guarded, she's going to make it rain.
Hand down, man down.
Lydia Bradshaw, the three ball. She would score her 1,000th career point in this game. The fans were loving it. Wilmington Christian wins at 55-33, the final score. So Wilmington Christian girls, how about this? They go on the road in an always hostile environment. They pick up the big win, 55-33. They now improve to 17-4 on the year. They're not really a team we talk about, not being in one of the big conferences, but they're playing some really great basketball.
Anytime you get a win on the road in February, like we said, it's huge. It's good momentum for them.
Absolutely, and that it was. Well, let's go to the boys' side of that game. It was senior night for the Centurions, and they had tons of great moments in this one and tons of moments we won't want to miss. Back into the action. Senior night, this was one that you want to keep your eyes on because it was going early and often, and the Patriots strike first. Derek Poe, nice pass over the top to Luke Davenport.
Luke Davenport's a rising star, Wilmington. Watch out.
He's only a freshman. That's cash money. But after a slow first couple of minutes, you start to see the Centurions go to work. Chaz Banks with a nice move down there. And then how about this? Another underclassman for Wilmington Christian.
Good defense, but better offense.
Jalen Johnson gets it to fall the other way. But then, as we talked about, Coastal, they get in a roll. It's going to be tough to stop them.
I like to see that the ball was passed, it's spread. They point to the passer who passed them the ball. That's good team togetherness.
And that man was in fuego. Keyshawn Pierce from the corner. Keyshawn, that is, had the crowd at their feet. And it's a balanced scoring attack, leads Coastal to the 70-52 win over WCA. And let's stay in Wilmington for our next set of games. Go down to Market Street, New Hanover, hosting Ashley. Start with the girls' side of things, and this one was tight all throughout. From the get-go, it's a nice bounce pass inside that gets the Eagles going.
Ashley always does a good job of interior passing. You see it right there.
And that started to heat up for Ashley this time. Bailey Davenport, lots of Davenports tonight. She gets the right elbow jumper, but here come the Wildcats, and it starts with Andrea Schufer.
You know what I say, New Hanover in transition, unstoppable. You see it right there.
Deadly. Back and forth, we would go at Brogdon. This time, Caitlin Brannon into the middle of the paint gets it to go. But Nate, as we know, the freshman, she just continues to put the Wildcats on her back. Schufer, step back.
Big money shot. It's good individual offense, creating her own shot there.
Step back, hand in her face. She's going to be someone to watch throughout the years. New Hanover pulls out another Eastern Conference win over Ashley, 49-47, the final score. And let's stay at Brogdon Hall because I like it so much for our next set of games. The Wildcats riding a 6-game winning streak. Ashley, though, trying to put a damper on that. And it starts early with the Wildcats pounding it down low. Nice entry pass to Merrick McDonald.
New Hanover has a championship pedigree. They're going to be in the mix these next 2 weeks. They have to play Laney and Hoggard coming up.
And they showed it, but Ty Freeman says, hey, I can do it right back. Gets this one to roll home. I begin a screaming Eagle run. Jalen Conway in the pull-up jumper.
Good pull-up jumper. I like that.
Yes, you do. And defense, well, it can be good as offense. How about a charge? And then that would get things going the other way for Ashley, and it comes top the key. That's about nylon from the sophomore Conway.
I'll tell you from experience, Tanner, going into Brogdon Hall in February is a tough place to play. I like how Ashley came in there and gritted it out and gave them all they could handle.
But New Hanover's got some young ballers themselves. DeMarion Barnett straight away. It was another close game in this one. They get 7 in a row for the Wildcats. They win it 61-56, the final. And then just down the road, the one everyone was won, a huge Mid-Eastern Conference game. Hoggard hosting their rivals, the Lenny Buccaneers, and it did not disappoint. Pick it up in the third quarter. Vikings go on a run. Blair barefoot, bounce pass. Julie Wilkerson, you know what happens.
Hoggard played a 2-3 zone against Laney for most of the game. I think it slowed the Bucks down and gave them some problems.
And if it works, why go away from an exact same play? It's barefoot to Wilkerson, the senior-to-senior connection. Hoggard had the lead in the game, but here come the Bucks. Jennifer Jacobs.
Hoggard was up 4 with around 3.5 to go in the fourth. They started taking the air out of the basketball. I would have done the same, but I also would have liked to see them drive there down the stretch.
Here we go, into the game. 5 seconds left to go. Laney up by 2, trying to seal the game at the line, but can't. But check it out. Sanaya Rivers, the putback. She would score her 1,000th point tonight. Laney hangs on for the 39-35 win. My heart's pumping after that one. What a fantastic basketball game. Let's go on to the boys' game. Good games. Well, Nate, they just keep coming tonight. We go winding down in the first half. Laney with the basketball. And they'll get a huge bucket. Look at the ball movement.
I thought both teams defended well in this game, as you can see by the score. They both guarded, and I love how Hoggard came out very aggressive.
And Jahi Flowers right there would trim the lead at the end of the half. And then they shoot the basketball well. Does Laney out of the break. Sidbear in the corner to Justin Clayton.
So Tanner, this became the Sebastian show. He scored 24 of their 45 points.
This man, as you said, had his spot on the floor tonight, makes the most of it, hits the corner 3 there. Then ball movement once again around the perimeter. He is NBA range. He doesn't clear. Laney tried to switch to the zone in the fourth, but Hedera didn't matter. As you said, he had 24 points in this one. That made it a 5-point Hoggard lead. Hoggard, how about this? Takes over first place with a 45-41 win. Nate, you were there, I were there. You know, fantastic basketball games. What do you think about this Hoggard team? Because they showed tonight. They only lost to them by once when they met the first time.
You know, I have a good relationship with all the coaches. Me and Coach Queen talk all the time, and I tell him, like, this is his time in February. Hoggard always shows up in February. They play a tough schedule. They played a ridiculous schedule this year. It's showing right now they're making that move.
It's going to be a tight conference standings as we head down the stretch. We'll have much more of the full court press for you after the break. We'll head out to Trask Coliseum, where UNCW women's basketball kicked off the homecoming weekend, taking on Hofstra. Go anywhere.